Hey guys, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. I keep telling you guys there's so many fighting decks that we can build with Fates Collide cards. This one is a little bit different from my previous ones. It doesn't play any Regirock EX, for example, to boost up damage, and it's a really focused deck. What we're trying to accomplish here is building a Carbink break as quickly as we can, so that we can immediately start accelerating energy onto Zygarde EX, so that we can keep using Power Memory with All Cells Burn over and over again. All Cells Burn deals 200 damage, we have to discard the energy attached to the Pokemon, but there's really no problem in that, because we can actually use Carbink again and recharge the energy again. So that's what we're going to try to do with this deck. 200 damage plus a single strong energy, that's 220, which will kill most of the Megas right now in the format. So all will be good if we are playing against one of those such Mega decks. I guess we will have a little bit more trouble playing against something like a Trevenant deck or stuff like that, because it's harder for us to keep charging up the energy. But yeah, against Mega decks, I think this is really strong, so I think it's worth it to try, right? We're going to try to build all the different combinations of decks that we can with the newer cards, so that we actually figure out what's good and what isn't. So I'll start talking about the deck card by card now. We start off with a couple of Shaymin EX. The previous fighting decks that I built for you guys played Regirock, so we kind of needed the bench space. It was really important for us. Right now in the stack it isn't so much, because we don't have that many Pokemon that we are worried about benching. So Shaymin EX becomes really important, also because this is a speedy deck and we want to draw a lot of cards and go all in. So it's really nice to have around to draw those extra cards out of an Ultra Ball and stuff like that. As far as the Carbink line goes, we are playing 3 Safeguarders and 1 of the Energy Keeper Carbink, and then 3 of the Break. The Safeguarder usually is more important, but Energy Keeper is also important, I think, because sometimes if you use your Break to charge up Zygarde with a couple of energy, thinking that you're going to play the 3rd energy the following turn and promote this guy and attack, the opponent might play an hammer and set you back a turn, so Energy Keeper helps you with that. Also, very curiously, there's some bugs with this guy's ability on PTCGO. I'll try not to abuse them, because I want to showcase the deck as best as I can. I mean, Energy Keeper could be clearer, because it says basic energy attached to your basic Pokemon can't be discarded by effects of your opponent's attacks, abilities, or trainer cards. What happens is, when you use All Cells Burn, it says discard 3 energy attached to this Pokemon. If those energy are basic, you don't discard them from the Zygarde EX, which I think is wrong. This says can't be discarded by effects of your opponent's attacks, abilities, or trainers. Maybe the abilities or trainer cards don't apply only to your opponent, but I think that's a stretch. I think what this means is that anything from your opponent can't discard your stuff, while things from you can actually discard your energy, of course. But what ends up happening is we use Power Memory and we don't discard the energy from our guys. So I'll try not to abuse that, but it might happen in a game or two. I don't know if we actually end up having this Carbink in play. But yeah, that's I guess a bug, a very curious bug. If you guys like that, if you guys want to exploit bugs, I'm not encouraging you to, but yeah, that's something that happens. And then we have 3 Zygarde EX. Usually we don't use Lance Pulse or Cell Storm, but Lance Wrath actually sometimes we do, because we don't need to discard the energy to deal damage, so we use Lance Wrath instead, and that works out fine. With a couple of strong energy in there, that's 140, so that kills most non-EXs, and it's a very useful attack as well. We then have our items and stuff, so we are playing 3 Battle Compressor. I think 3 is enough. We can grab them with Corina, for example, and we only really need to play 1 in the game. Like, we discard a couple of energy and then a supporter. Usually that's enough to get us going early, because we end up discarding more energy out of the energy saver and all that. So sorry, what did I say? The energy saver? No, I meant All Cells Burn. So we have a couple of Professor's Ladder. This is an important card for us. There's so many things that we can do with the basic energy that I think it's really worth it to play to. I guess we can grab it with Corina, but having a couple, I mean, we can just draw it naturally, and it's really good because we have other thing that we can do with energy, which is like discard them for Scorched Earth and all that. So yeah, I think playing 2 Professor's Ladder is totally worth it. We have 4 Switch in here. I think Switch is a very important card in this deck. We are going to attack with, once again, Zygarde X, discarding all energy, so we kind of need to a way to retreat, to charge it up again. Unfortunately for us, we cannot play Floatstones on the Zygarde, because we will have the power memory in there. So because we can't play the Floatstone, I guess we kind of need the switch. We are playing 4. The opponent gets really surprised by 4 switch most of the times. They'll try to Lysander out your guys, and then you just play the switch and retreat from that. We have another way to retreat, I guess, from an attacker, which is Cassius. We'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, I guess 4 switch, really happy with those. I think it's totally worth to play 4. We have 4 Ultra Ball. Yeah, this is a really speedy deck, so Corina is less important here, and I think Ultra Ball is more important because we want to assemble our break as fast as we can. We want to discard the energy early and all that, so for Ultra Ball, for the Shaman, they pair up really nicely. And then we have 4 VS Seeker, 1 Cassius, as I mentioned. This is like, I was going to play an AZ because it's a way to retreat from the active that you can recur with VS Seekers. I think that's important to have, but actually I think Cassius is better in this deck. If we have one of these guys, one of these Zygardes stranded in the active, if we AZ, we lose the power memory. With Cassius, they get shuffled back, and hopefully we have other ways later, or the same turn, to get them back. Usually we have extra Zygardes. The harder thing to get is the power memory, but because on the turn that we retreat, we usually attack with Carbink, we still have another turn that we can then play the Corina and get the power memory back. So I think that works out really nicely. So yeah, 1 Cassius. We are playing 2 Corina. It's not the most explosive supporter, as you guys know. It's kind of slowish, but it does a good amount of work in this deck. We're not playing any random receivers here. We just, if we play a Corina, we have the option to just get one of our fighting types, and then the Ultra Ball for the Shaman later, which is always fine. We have a couple of Lysander to get the knockouts where we need them, potentially to bring up Shamans and take a knockout with Lens Wrath without having to discard energy. That happens sometimes, and then afterwards we actually use the power memory to knock out and just take the last 2 prizes, ideally. So it's a really important card in here. We have a couple of N, only 2. I mean, I think it's okay to only play 2. We want to take, as I mentioned, knockouts really quickly. 4 Sycamore, because it's the most best card draw supporter that we have, plus it allows us to discard the energy that we want to accelerate. We have a couple of Wally. Maybe 2 is too much, but I really wanted to test them out. We can discard them with Battle Compressor and get them back with VS Seeker, and they are obviously used when we are going second. If we start off, or if we manage to get a Carbink going on the first turn, we play a Wally and we immediately assemble the Carbink break and start going off. So I think it's worth it at least to try out. Plus we have so many ways to draw cards, like with the Shaman and the Scorched Earth, that we actually play 4 of. I think it's a better stadium for this deck. We don't really need the extra damage from Fighting Stadium. We don't need the extra bench space from Skyfield or anything like that. So Scorched Earth allows us to discard energy. We play a lot of basics for that. Draw extra cards, draw into our supporters, into our switches, into everything basically. So I'm playing 4 of. It's a super good card in this deck because we want to play so many energy. This allows us to turn energy into something else, so I think it's a really important card to have, and that's why I'm playing 4. We have 3 power memory. I think it's enough. We usually only need 1. We have to be careful with the Starling Megaphones, not play all the power memories if we can avoid it, but yeah, it's the part of the core of the deck, I guess. And then we have 11 fighting energy, so it's 7 basics, a lot of basics here, and 4 strong. As I mentioned, strong energy is important because a lot of decks are mega decks, and the 200 damage is not enough, but usually a single one is okay on the Zygarde. Plus sometimes we are hitting their guy with Carbink before, so we don't even need a strong energy at all. But yeah, I think it's still worth it to have it around. And that's the deck. Let's go play a match and see how we do. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this one. And we get our match against the Psychic Colorless deck. There's a lot of stuff that this could be, so I don't really know what to expect. There's a Mewtwo card, so maybe this is a Mewtwo deck. I don't know. Okay, we start off by going first. And we have 2 Shaman in our hand. This is not a very good hand. Let's see what we can do with this. And we even drew terrible card. So we're going to play the Professor's Letter and get no cards. We could get one and play it on an active, but I think it's better to not get any, because I might draw into a Carbink and play this strong that we have in hand. So I'm just going to play this Shaymin for 1. There's a lot of cards that we can draw here, like a Corina, or yeah, Ultra Ball works, I guess. So I play this and I discard, I guess, the Wally and the Lysander, and I get the Carbink. I'm going to get the one with Safeguard, obviously. There we go. And I'm going to use Cassius on the active Shaymin. I mean, we could wait a turn, but if we draw another supporter, we want to play it as quickly as we can. So I'm just going to play the Shaymin here. I guess the Mewtwo won't be able to deal damage to our Carbink anyway, so unless my opponent plays an X-Maniac or stuff like that. So let's just go with this. We have a very, I mean, we're basically counting on our top deck to fix our game, but I think the opponent's deck is one of those decks that might have trouble dealing with our guys. Let's see what happens. So yeah, he's attacking and he deals no damage to us because of Safeguard. Oh, we drew a very good card, but actually we need energy to make it work, so I'm just going to keep it in my hand. I want to read Safeguard because I want to know, whoops, not this, I want to read the ability. Yeah, it prevents all effects of attack, so if the opponent finds a way to start using that damage switching attack, damage change, we won't actually take damage. I mean, he will heal off all the damage, but might as well just start hitting his guy, because you never know when that might come in handy. And we never know, I don't think we lose much, because I guess he can damage change onto the Shaymin, but he could also attack the Shaymin anyway, so I don't think that's a worry. I'd love to be able to go faster with this deck, but we started off with a fairly awkward hand, and I think actually we managed to put ourselves in not that bad of a position here. I mean, the Shaymin drawing us into an Ultra Ball was nice, but we had a whole bunch of very bad supporters. Maybe shouldn't be playing Wally at all. Okay, so the opponent is hitting Shaymin. It's very likely that he takes this knockout. I don't want to put this Carbink down. And the reason for that is, if I find an energy and I discard it for the Stadium, I don't want to be forced to accelerate it into the Carbink, because maybe I draw into a Zygarde later and I want to accelerate into that. Oh, does it force me to accelerate into the active? But yeah, accelerating into the active is better, so yeah. Oh, that means that we could actually play the one on the bench, doesn't it? Well, doesn't matter. I don't think it makes that much difference. This guy has Safeguard, unless the opponent like X-Maniacs, and also evolves, because Mewtwo's attack isn't enough to knock out the Carbink with 110 HP. Okay, we see an energy going onto the bench, so yeah, our opponent just passes the turn here, and we find an energy, which is actually great, so I'm definitely going to be using the Stadium. Drawing a couple of cards. Wow, very nice hand, actually. I think I discard the Carbink, yeah, for the Ultra Ball, because I really want to hit my Zygarde here. This is a guaranteed Zygarde, then we actually play the Sycamore. So this was a very good draw for us, so drawing an energy there. Really good, because we have the Stadiums, and now his Mewtwo will have 210, so I think Strong Energy is going to be good. Yeah, I'm going with the Strong. Plus we have the basic in hand that we can then discard, maybe, but yeah, we also have the Professor's Letter, so really we don't have anything to worry about. I really want to have the Stadium around. Oh, we see Spirit Link, and we see our Stadium getting bounced, but we have another one in hand. Oh, a red card, oh no. It's scary, let's see. Okay, this is not bad. We do have the energy for the Zygarde, and I guess we only need to find the power memory to kill his Mewtwo if it evolves this turn. Okay, we see a Scala, so he's definitely going to evolve. I think he's going to Skyla. Yeah, maybe he had another supporter, but if he had like a Sycamore, I don't think he would put Scala in his hand. Maybe he would for the Via Seekers later, but yeah, Scala just guarantees that he gets an Ultra Ball. And there's the Sycamore as well, so yeah, I think it makes sense for my opponent. He's maybe just getting, yeah, no, he gets a Hoopa. I was going to say that maybe he just gets the Mega, but yeah, if he has Hoopa, I guess there's really no... plus he discarded the Sycamore, so he's maybe going for a Shaymin here. That makes sense. Okay, so 2 basic Mewtwo's and 1 Mega. Does he have the Shaymin in hand already? Kind of feels like it. So he's getting rid of most of the cards that he can. Has a very good turn, my opponent here, but he's not knocking anything out. He's just getting rid of all the damage. He can knock us out next turn by playing a Lysander, for example. So really what we want to be doing here is playing the energy on Zygarde and switching out of the Carbink after we get a Power Memory. So yeah, the thing we want to hit this turn is Power Memory on that Zygarde. Okay, we got a Carbink, which isn't the best thing ever, so we're going to play this thing and get rid of some cards here. So we get rid of, I guess, 1 energy, it's okay. We can get rid of the Korrina, and drawing 1 Korrina wouldn't be bad, and having 1 in the discard pile guarantees that if we draw a VS Seeker, we have more outs for that Power Memory. So okay, we are putting the energy here, we are playing the Carbink, and we are playing Shaymin. We could even evolve, but I think it's better to leave our options as far as supporter goes open, because we might draw a Sycamore or a Korrina. And we get a Battle Compressor and a VS Seeker. So yeah, this is guarantees that we get the Power Memory out of the Korrina, so I'm going to use it. I'm going to play this thing. Let's see. Yeah, we have to grab the Pokemon first, but I don't think I grab anything with this, because we have the Sycamore, and I don't want to discard any Pokemon that we might need later in the future. So bad news about this is that I'm going to discard the energy from the Carbink, so actually I'm going to be left without an energy. Good news is I would have discarded the energy anyways, because I want to switch out of Zygarde and not out of Carbink, because it's way easier to charge up the Carbink. We only need 1 energy. So yeah, we drew an energy, perfect, okay. We also drew a safeguard Carbink, but I think I'm going to just evolve the one on the bench already, the one with energy keeper, because I want to play the Sycamore to find a switch. I mean, provided our opponent doesn't kill our Zygarde X, which I don't think he will. I mean, he could. What could he do? I mean, 190 is fairly hard to hit. He would need like 5 wouldn't be enough, so 6 wouldn't be enough, or would it? Yeah, 6 would be enough, so I don't think he gets 6 energy here. He would need like a DCE and 3 turbos. Yeah, it's possible, but it's going to be really hard. The fact that we also discard energy is actually pretty nice against Mewtwo decks. It's actually comically good. We get the victory. Our opponent just concedes the game. This was a fairly fast game, so I think I'm going to play another one for you guys. Just hold on tight. Let's find a second match. And what? Psychic Colorless again? Is this another Mewtwo deck? Well, if it is, I hope the opponent does not concede this time. We flip Tails, and yeah, we do. We are going first. Tails never fails. Well, sometimes it fails, like half of the times. Okay, we take a mulligan. Our opponent is choosing the active, so I guess it's not taking a mulligan. Now showing our hand and drawing 7 new cards, and we get a Carbink, and actually to Shaymin and the Korrina, so we have a way better hand than we did last game, I mean. Oh, Swablu. So is this a Rayquaza deck with some... Yeah, so Hoopa, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to play the Korrina. I'm getting, I guess, a Zygarde. Yeah. And we can get, I guess, an Ultra Ball to discard these energies. I don't need energy this turn. I think getting another Carbink is good. Getting rid of some cards. We can play the Shaymin. I think it's worth it to play 1 here. Let's see what we draw. Okay, we have a Compressor, and we have Professor's Letter, which I'm going to play, getting 2 energy. One of these is going on the Carbink. And yeah, I think I'm quite happy with my turn. This was a very decent turn. Maybe I could have played the Battle Compressor and discarded a Wally just in case my opponent ends, which might happen here. Okay, so we see a Skyfield coming down and an energy on Swablu. So he's actually playing Psychic Energy, so maybe he has a Psychic attacker in there somewhere. I was thinking about the Hoopa as the only Psychic Energy in his deck, but who knows what is playing at this point. Okay, we got judged. So yeah, I kinda sad that we didn't get to play that Battle Compressor, but I'm quite happy that we didn't play the Shaman. Okay, we get a Wally, and we have a very good hand actually, with Sycamore and N. So we see a Trainer's Mail from our opponent. He's not actually attacking this turn. Oh, we see a Tornado, so that's the way that he has to deal with Carbink, I guess. And we see a switch. So hopefully for my opponent he has a supporter in hand, because if he doesn't, he's kind of in a bad place here. He's definitely not going to attack this turn. I mean, he attached the energy. So we see an Acrobike. And discards an energy. And what else? If he's passing the turn, that means he has no Shaman or Upa in hand. Anything else is, I guess, a possibility. Might have Sycamore, Ultra Ball, stuff like that that can get him out of this position, but I can't really complain too much about my game here. So yeah, I think I just Wally, just making sure that we get that Carbink going. Yeah, we want to evolve the active. And we're going to Battle Compressor. And let's see. I can go for that strong. I think I'm going for one Lysander because we have two. We go for the strong and I guess a basic. My opponent is not pressing us too much. He's not putting a lot of pressure on us. So I think we have time to charge up our guys quite nicely. We already have 4 in energy in there, so I can play this thing on the Zygarde. The bad news about this deck is that my opponent's deck for us is that just playing the stadium there just so I think we need both strong on the Zygarde. We only have 2 strong in the deck right now, or actually in play. Another 2 are prized, and it's important that we get them on Zygarde, both because he's playing Rayquaza, and Rayquaza is resistant to fighting, so he's essentially playing. Oh, he discards our stadium. Okay, so lucky for us, we have 4 cards in hand, so we just discard this 3 and keep the Sycamore. As I was saying, Rayquaza is resistant to fighting, so it's essentially a 240 HP Pokemon, so we actually need a couple of strong energy. Our opponent plays the stadium again. I mean, I just played my stadium last turn just to make it so I'm going to play Karina here because we're not really we're not under much pressure, as I mentioned, so we can just charge up this Zygarde. This one is not as good, I guess. We can go for a switch here, or let's see. Yeah. Let me just go for the VS Seeker. We can Korean again next turn. Or we can end if our opponent... Yeah, we're not under a lot of pressure, so I'm just going to play the energy here on this guy. We usually play a very quick game, but since our opponent just stumbled a little bit, I guess we can take our time and just keep charging up attackers in the bench. But as I was saying, I was trying to put the stadium over his so that he has to find an extra piece to knock out our Zygarde in a single hit. Because only 5 Pokemon on the bench are not enough. And actually 6 are not enough either. You need 7 Pokemon to knock out our Zygarde, so that's 190 actually comes in handy. Eternatus, I guess he's charging it up because he has no other way to deal with Carbink Break. I remember when the Rayquaza decks first became popular, people were playing Safeguarders, and it was really hard for the deck to deal with them. And I guess people that play Rayquaza decks now are in the same position, where it's really hard to deal with Safeguarder. I mean, we have X-Maniacs now. We didn't back at the time, so that's something different, I guess. Oh, we see a Hoopa. Okay, my opponent's... I was starting to wonder if he was out of gas. But I guess he's just getting a lot of Pokemon. So he gets Megas and stuff like that, right? Yeah, he gets one basic Rayquaza, one Mega, and a Shaymin. We see a Shaymin, so that means he has no Spirit Link, so he's only drawing 3 cards. And is maybe evolving and passing the turn. It's kind of funny, because the Swablu protects itself, the opponent kind of got stuck while we kept attacking with Carbink Break because of that resistance. So sometimes I guess you do want your Pokemon to die. Well, here it doesn't really make a difference because my opponent played the Psychic Energy on the Swablu anyway, so he can actually attack us here. But I don't think that's going to turn out really nice for him, so yeah, he's just going to evolve, I guess. He's not charging up his Rayquazas though. I could Lysander him out, but I think it's just better to, yeah, play the Sycamore here. We want to draw a lot of cards. We kind of have to discard a VS Seeker there, which kind of sucks, but we still have 3 left, so I think we're going to be fine. Okay, we got the last energy back. I think I'll play the Ultra Ball, discard both energy. Yeah, maybe we should have kept them in hand actually. Okay, let's get Carbink. I just want to get rid of my Shaymin because I want to play this Stadium just to make his life a little bit more miserable. Oh no, let's play the Stadium first. Oh, I was talking about playing the Stadium and then forgot about playing it almost. Okay, so he's discarding a couple of his Pokemon that he doesn't want, but what we really are doing here is making his life like really hard. Just making sure that he doesn't have those 7 Pokemon that he needs to knock out the Zygarde in a single hit. So yeah, 2 energy coming back, and we're putting them onto Zygarde, I guess. Yeah, we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we still have a lot of energy left. We know we have 2 strong in the prizes, so, and I think we will need them. Okay, there's the Mega Turbo coming in. Kinda need to find that power memory, but I'm thinking that we can play the Lysander next turn, just knock out that Shaymin or anything like that. Maybe the opponent just, I don't know. Let's see what he does here. Another good thing about this board state is that, okay, we see a Sycamore, is that Tornadoes actually gets knocked out by our Zygarde EX without we using our power memory, so we don't need to discard energy, as long as we attack with a guy with a strong energy, I guess. So he's evolving to another Mega Rayquaza. We see a Max Elixir. That seems like a very bad card in that deck, because you can only put the energy on your basics, so I think my opponent hit one here. Yeah, he's going for the Rayquaza. That's not a Mega, so I think he should have waited until before evolving, I guess. Bad. Okay, so Tornadoes has 110, so that was a bad play from my opponent, I think. His sequencing was off. Okay, we got another break, which I'm going to put down. And we can actually take a couple of rises here. I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going for that Shaymin. We don't need to discard energy. He might attack us, but he's not killing us, so we're just using Land's Wrath here. And actually, if we find the power memory off of the Sycamore, we actually knock him out. is Rayquaza even. So okay, we got a power memory off the prize and a strong energy. So this is actually quite nice. I think I might need to play this strong on a Carbink, but this is actually a very hard board state for my opponent to beat. I think he's not knocking us out here unless he has like a Stadium and a Shaymin or a Hoopa, and he gets more Pokemon out. But I think he must be getting low right now. So there's an Acrobike. Discarding a double Colossus actually. Huh. So he must have gotten an important card. Like a supporter out of this deal. So we see a VS Seeker, so maybe that's the card that he got. Professor Sycamore. Discarding, I guess an Ultra Ball, okay. Yeah. He might still have a lot of Shaymin left actually. He only discarded a couple of and a Hoopa, but he needs more Stadiums, so. We see a Mega. And we see a Stadium, so maybe he has everything he needs to knock us out. Well, that wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, we would still get to charge up a Zygarde, but we would be losing a guy that is already charged up, so we would be losing a turn here. So yeah, I'm going for the power memory, definitely, and I'm going to use All Cells Burn here. Just destroying this guy. Could have also played the energy that we have in hand, so I don't know. Maybe it's better just keep it there. Okay, we got another. Yeah, we just threw 2 energy, so now I'm really sad that we didn't get to put the energy down. Wanted to put it on the Carbink. Maybe kills a Zygarde here. Actually, I would be grateful for that if he did, because otherwise we have to find a way to retreat from this Zygarde. No, he's actually going to kill us. That's nice for us, actually. So let's just promote the Carbink. We could N, or we could play the Corina. Yeah, I guess Corina makes sure that we have the let's get the Carbink out. Yeah, we have power memory in there. We have a couple actually. So let's just get that thing. And Diamond Gift, I guess. Bam. 20 damage, and yeah, we can get a couple of these. Actually, we don't really need them because we hit for 20 there, and we have the strong in hand. Just playing a strong and a power memory would be enough. Another energy on that guy. Why? Is he retreating? Yeah, I might be retreating, my opponent. See if he has Seeker, so what is he doing? Judge, okay. Judge sucks, but... Oh yeah, he's retreating and he's attacking with us with Tornadoes. Yeah, that makes sense. Kinda makes me... At the same time, it's not really doing much to us. I mean, we have a Sycamore that we just drew. I mean, my opponent doesn't know, right? So this is actually the best play for him. But... yeah, Twisted Throw, we have the same number of cards in hand, so he's stealing 120 to us, but we are promoting this too. We're not discarding any energy, we just need to make sure that we hit the tool, the power memory later, but actually I think I will keep this hand because we have the switch, and one of the things that the opponent could do to us was get like the Zygarde into... okay, we drew a VS Seeker, so this is just the game here, I think. I don't think there's anything that the opponent can do to us in this spot. I mean, he could obviously judge us or N us, and it would be terrible for us, but we would still have some outs. And unless he finds like a lot of Pokemon in his 6 cards that he has left, he's actually not killing our Zygarde in a single hit. Okay, so he uses the Lysander. Little does he know, he's not doing much to us here. I don't even know if he has any way to kill our Carbinks. And we actually drew another switch just for... okay, so let's just grab the Corina. and win the game, I guess. Let's just get that power memory. Get the Carbink first, because we can. Let's get the power memory. Let's play the power memory on our bench and just switch into this dude. And just attack for the win. All cells burn, bam. 220 damage, and we discard energy here. Oh yeah, I could have shown you guys, could have played the Carbink actually, to show you guys how the bug is not letting us discard the basics, but oh well. We won the game. As I said, this is a very good deck against Mega decks, even against ones that resist us, as you guys saw. We have some trouble dealing with non-EX decks, but I think it's worth it to try this out and just try to understand how quickly we can go with our Carbinks and our Zygardes. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I hope you guys test this deck out also. I think it's a very fun way to build the fighting decks from Fates Collide. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!